What's going on, guys? My name is Assam from dopelifecoaching.com, and today I'm going to be talking about why women initially would like you and then they would friend zone you. So I was talking to my client just a couple of hours ago, and he had an issue where he's got charisma. He's got social skills. He's able to make a lot of friends, make connections with people, both guys and girls. But the thing is, he does get a fair amount of attention from girls, but when he does, he tends to kind of mess it up unintentionally. The woman would be interested in him initially, texting him, doing this and that. And then somewhere along the lines, whether it's before the first date or after the first date, they just be like, oh, I don't want to jeopardize our relationship because we've been friends for this many years and all that bullshit. And he's left scratching his head like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck's going on? I'm taking advice from my friends. I'm telling her how I feel. I'm taking advice from my friends who are girls. They're all telling me how to to solve this and just tell them how you feel. And then it just never works. So you know, he's used to getting rejected in this aspect. And despite the advice he's taking from girls, which he thinks is going to help him, it ends up, messing everything up. So he's charismatic. He's got good energy. He's very friendly. He's a positive person. He's delightful. He's going after his mission in life, to be a musician. But the same thing ends up happening over and over and over again. So the thing is, he knew this girl. He knew this girl from way back in high school, like 12 years ago. And then till now, the same group of friends are involved, like with both him and her, some of them at least. One of his friends used to be with her. They had a long-term relationship together, but it ended a couple of years ago. And it wasn't even like his close friend. It was just one of his friends. So it's fine now. Like, they're she's single and he's single, so everything should be fine. And also a part of him is just worried, like, what are people going to say? What are people going to do? And then what ended up happening is, they caught up. They met one time after they were flirting or after she was giving him some signals, and they went out. They went out to a nice restaurant, a really nice fancy restaurant, and then afterwards they went to something like a club. And then after that, they went home. Oh, get home safe. Let me know when you get home. And then after that, he was like, next day he told her his feelings. Then he was just left scratching his head, like, what the fuck happened? And so this is extremely frustrating. I understand where he's coming from, but when you don't know how to play your cards right and you take advice from the wrong people, this is exactly what happens. So, a couple things, I'm going to mention here and exactly what to do in each case. So, the reason why this always happens is most of them are coming from his limiting beliefs that this girl's going to leave me because so and so left me, the other girls from the past. And so these limiting beliefs are causing him to project his insecurities onto the women, even though he's most likely not aware of this. So it's over eagerness, right? He gets overly eager. She could tell from his body language. She could tell from his, physiology. She could tell because she's the one who's suggesting where to go for the date. He's the one who's going to her. It's not the other way around. He's showing too much interest. He's giving too much validation too soon for her. He's spilling his heart out, and he's not even making any physical moves. Now, the problem with spilling your heart out with a woman you just met, it's just unattractive. It's something, your girlfriends will tell you to do, but you just never listen to girls telling you how to, get girls. It's like asking a fish how to be caught. The fish doesn't fucking know. You ask the fisherman, right? The person who actually knows what the fuck they're doing. So it doesn't make sense. So I just recommend not asking female friends at all for advice regarding this. So they end up just not feeling like there's a challenge, and when they don't feel like they're challenged, they just lose interest, just like I said. Again, another thing was throughout over the course of the date, he did not make any moves. He did not escalate anything. He didn't hold her hand. He didn't go for the kiss. He didn't flirt with her in a non-friendly way, in a more of a sexual way. And it's just like, if you're not doing any of these things, what proof do you have that you like her as more than just a friend? There's no proof. You literally did everything a friend would do, a buddy would do, a girlfriend of hers would do. Come on, man. Self-explanatory. An example of this would be when you're walking across the street, in the city, and then you see cars, like just put your hand on her lower back and then just like kind of guide her there and then tell her to grab your hand. And then most likely she'll grab it. And if she doesn't grab it, you just be playful with it. Joke around with it. Don't be awkward. Be like, oh, really? I just thought your hands were really cold and they needed to be warm. I guess you just like your hands to be cold then. And then just laugh it off. And then most likely she'll laugh it off. And she's going to like the fact that you're not fazed by it because you're so confident. So that's a good way to handle it. And let me go through a couple of reasons, fundamental reasons, not just reasons on the surface of why this happened. The number one main reason is from his end, it's fear. Fear of them leaving and friend zoning him. And so what that fear does is it makes the same thing he's fearful of happen again, right? He got rejected in the past. He got left in the past. People that were interested in him didn't show interest. And so because he's afraid of that, he's trying to control it more and he's trying to show too much more. And because he's fearful, he attracts what he fears. We tend to attract what we believe, whether it's good things or bad things. And in this case, his belief was fear. So that didn't work. Cycle keeps repeating itself, spirals out of control, nothing changes. It's no good for him. So what to do? You have to change the belief. Now there's two ways to do this, right? I'm gonna give you both ways. And by the way, both of these ways must be used. It's not either or. All right, so number one, you have to keep reaffirming to yourself that every single girl wants you and that you are the prize. You are out there to give her the gift of your time, the gift of you, the gift of your truth, which most men out there just can't do because they're total fucking pussies and they don't have the balls to do that. But you're going to be different. And that everything and every interaction will eventually go exactly the way you want it to go, right? Even though most of the times it's not going to happen. There's a lot of times where you guys are just not going to click, but it's best to have that belief because when you have that belief, you're going to act in certain ways that are consistent with that belief. You're going to do and say things that come off the way you want it to come off. They're going to come off and make you seem confident in yourself. And that's exactly the message you want to give to girls because that's attractive to them. That's sexy to them. They are attracted to confident men by default. They're not attracted to weak men who just spill their hearts out for no reason. Right? So that's the first way. The second way is, in order to maintain and build that belief, is experience. You need experience. You need to go on a lot of dates with women, even ones you're only moderately interested in. Why? You want to build that confidence muscle. You want to build that I don't give a fuck muscle. The muscle that's just enables you to say whenever you want, wherever you want, however you want, without, fearing the awkward consequences should they arise. Right? Do these things over and over again. Keep reaffirming to yourself. Keep visualizing and keep going on dates. Keep going on dates. Rinse, recycle, repeat. I guarantee you it's going to build your confidence, like sky high. That's exactly what you want, right? That's exactly what you want, and that's exactly what the girl wants. She's going to see a confident man, a man she can't have her way with, a man who's, essentially a man. Like, he knows exactly what he's doing. Rinse, recycle, repeat. She's going to like you. Everything's in the cards for you. And then just begin with the end in mind, man. Like Stephen Covey, the author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, said, begin with the end in mind. Visualize everything working out, and you will be A-okay. And if you have any questions, just book an online session on my website, www.dopelifecoaching.com. Free consultations for first-timers. Like the video and subscribe below. And I'll work with you soon, man. Take care.